In today's video, I'll be showing you how I prep my hair for wash day before putting it into a protective style. This prep routine is so important if you want your protective style to actually protect your hair and not damage it. So let's get right into the video. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Chronicles of Caroline here. If you're a new subscriber, you are welcome. If you are not subscriber, you are welcome also. You know the drill. Please, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified anytime I post a new video. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the video. The first thing I do when prepping my hair for a protective style is to do a Prepoo treatment. I always start with a Prepoo treatment using rich conditioner, flaxseed gel, aloe vera, or even fenugreek gel. This step will help soften the hair. It melts away any tangles and knots and also prevents moisture loss while shampooing your hair. It makes detangling way easier, and this is one of my favorite reasons for always prepooing my hair before entering the shower, because it is a means to detangle my hair before entering the shower, and it also helps to minimize breakage. When prepooing your hair, there are a lot of different things you can use as a Prepoo treatment. Like I mentioned earlier, you can use a mask, you can use fenugreek, you can use flaxseed gel, you can use aloe vera, you can even use okra gel. But if you are using a conditioner, please make sure you are using a good conditioner that has enough sleep, because there are some conditioner that has zero sleep. And the aim of prepooing is to help you detangle your hair a little bit before you enter into the shower. So imagine you are using a conditioner or an item without sleep, it will not get the job done. So when detangling your hair, when doing a Prepoo treatment, make sure you are using something that will make detangling easy, something that is slippery, something that has mucus like okra, like flaxseed gel. Just make sure it will help detangling the hair. Prepoo is a very important step I don't skip on, compromise on wash day or while prepping my hair for protective style. Enjoy a few clips of me detangling my hair before we move into the next step. Please do not skip, because the next step is as important as the Prepoo treatment. The next step is shampooing the hair. Shampooing the hair is very important when you are trying to prep your hair for protective style. It is non-negotiable. It is one thing that I've always kept in. I make sure to install my protective style on a neat and clean scalp. Shampooing the hair helps remove sweat, sebum, dirt, and leftover styling products. All these things can cause itching, it can cause product buildup, but when you shampoo your hair and you install your hair on a clean scalp, it will help get rid of all these things and also reduce the risk of itchiness, dandruff, and scalp infection when you finally install your protective style. Installing a protective style on clean scalp will help your hair thrive underneath the protective style and also make it last longer. Imagine you install a protective style on a dirty hair. It will not even last up to a few days. You're already experiencing itchiness, you're already feeling like your hair is flaky, you are sweating a lot, and you are so uncomfortable, which will make the hair to be rough on time or also ends up with you losing the hair before the appointed time. So working on a clean scalp is the best when trying to install a protective style, especially a long-term protective style. Our hair thrives better with clean scalp. I always say this in my video. Clean scalp will help your hair thrive better, so always make sure your scalp is clean. Moving on to the third step, I hope you guys have been taking notes and jotting things down. Please make sure you take this very serious. The third step is doing a deep conditioner or a protein treatment. You don't have to do the two together. You can either choose to do a deep conditioner or a protein treatment. It is important to do a protein treatment or deep conditioner before installing a protective style, because your hair needs to be strong, it needs to be moisturized and also balanced before you tucked it away for an extended period of time. While on protective style, you have limited access to your hair. So doing a treatment beforehand will help prevent breakage, dryness and damage while your hair is in the style. Don't forget there's a difference between a protein treatment and a deep conditioner. They serve different purpose. That's why you have to choose if you'll be doing a protein treatment or a deep conditioner before you install a protective style. The purpose of a protein treatment is to strengthen the hair by repairing damage and rebuilding hair structure while using proteins like keratin, collagen or silk. If you have weak strand, you can do a protein treatment to strengthen your strand, because that is basically the purpose of a protein treatment, to strengthen your strand. Deep conditioners, on the other hand, provide intense moisture that a normal conditioner will not give to your hair, and you can use this weekly or every time you wash your hair depending on what your hair needs. While for protein treatment, it is not advisable to use it weekly. You can use it 4 to 6 weeks or depending on your hair condition. It is very important to find a balance between the two, that is doing a protein treatment and a deep conditioner, because while they are both important for the hair, they also have their own disadvantages. When you have too much protein in your hair, it makes it hard and it makes it brittle. But when there's too much moisture also, it makes your hair weak and it makes them stretchy and limpy. So it is important to find a balance. Moving on to the fourth step, this particular step, it is non-negotiable, because even after putting your hair into a protective style, you still need to continue this particular step. It is moisturizing. Moisturizing your hair before installing a protective style and after the installation is very, very important. Like, you can't skip this step. It is necessary and important. You can keep your hair moisturized with the help of 3 to 4 ingredients, and you can always go with the SCO or LOC method. The L stands for liquid, the C stands for cream, and the O stands for oil or butter. That is, you can use water, you can use aloe vera, you can use rosemary, then any leave-in conditioner of your choice. Then seal all those moisture in with either oil or butter of your choice. Dry hair is more fragile and likely to snap, especially when it is braided or twisted. So keeping your hair moisturized is key to avoiding dryness and breakage while it is on protective hairstyle. If your hair dry up easily after moisturizing it, a great way to ensure that the moisture lasts longer is by adding glycerin to your water. Instead of using water alone, add a little bit of glycerin. Instead of using room temperature or cold water, use warm water, and also apply it to your hair after you apply the leave-in conditioner, oil or whatever cream that you use to moisturize your hair. But please be very careful when you are using glycerin, because even though it is good for retaining moisture, too much of it can also lead to excessive dryness. So be careful when you are using glycerin. You just need a little drop of glycerin in your water. The next thing to do while prepping your hair for a protective style is stretching your hair. This is actually optional, but I'm going to give you reasons you should stretch your hair before you install a protective style. I love stretching my hair before installing a protective style because it makes it easier to work with. Stretching the hair makes it more manageable, it makes it less tangled, and also make the parting easier. It reduces the risk of you unnecessarily pulling or tugging on your hair while installing the protective style. And the great thing is, you don't have to use it. You can use African threading. African threading is a great way to stretch your hair without using it. If you are afraid of using it and you want to stretch your hair, I will advise you go for African threading. Even though it will not give you the stretch as using it, but it will still make your hair stretch to an extent. Stretching the hair using African threading is also a great way to give yourself a few days of rest before you install your protective style. Imagine you do your wash day, shampoo, pre-shampoo, deep conditioner, tea rinse, yada yada yada, and you still stretch your hair and do the protective style that same day. That's a lot of load, that's a lot of work for just 24 hours. So stretching your hair will give you a little bit of break in between, because you need the African threading to stay for at least 2 days if you want to get a good or desired result. So this will also enable you to rest a little before you finally install your protective style. If I still have your attention by now, that means you are enjoying the video. Please, if you haven't subscribed, this is the right time to do so. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell icon so you'll be the first to get notified anytime I post a new video. And don't forget to give me a like and also drop comments in the comment section. I'll be glad to reply to all your comments. Now let's move into the next step of our routine. I usually leave my African threading for 2 to 3 days before taking it out. Now let's move on to the next step, which is the protective style, which we've been prepping our hair for from all the previous steps. Please ensure you take down your African threading when you are ready to put your hair in a protective style, because if you take down your African threading without being ready to put your hair in a protective style, your hair is going to shrink back, and what is the essence of stretching your hair when you are going to leave it to shrink back? So make sure you put your hair in a protective style immediately you take out the African threading. One important thing that has helped me when it comes to protective style installation is working in sections. If you watch my videos, you will know I always talk about working in section. Let's take for example, I'm going to put my hair in mini twists or mini braids. I divide my hair into a section of 4 because working in section makes the hair not to be overwhelming for me. So I work with a section at a time. I know some of you might be wondering, so why is it necessary to do all these steps before I put my hair in a protective style? Can't I just put my hair in a protective style without doing all these steps? But I will hold your hand while I tell you this. Prepping your hair before a protective style will help you maintain moisture, strengthen your strand, protect the scalp, prevent breakage, and it will also give your hair the best chance to thrive while it is tucked away. That is why it is necessary and important to prep your hair before you install a protective style. Let's go through all the routine that we've mentioned before we come to the end of today's video. The first step is Prepoo. The second step is to shampoo your hair diligently. The third step is to do a deep conditioner or a protein treatment. The fourth step is to make sure you keep your hair moisturized, and that step is very important and necessary because even after installing your protective style, you still need to make sure your hair is always moisturized and hydrated. The next step is to stretch your hair, which is optional, but stretching your hair before installing a protective style, like I mentioned, has its own benefits. And the last step is to take down the African threading that you use to stretch your hair before you finally install your protective style. And I'm telling you this for free. If you do all these steps, you are going to see your hair thrive, you are going to see changes in your routine, you are going to see changes in your hair, because the main aim of a protective style is to protect the hair. But if you neglect your hair before you put it into a protective style, or while it is on protective style, it will not do the job that is meant to do. That is, it will not protect the hair. Instead, it will be causing more damage or harm to your hair instead of protecting it. That is why it is necessary to always prep your hair before you install a protective style. And that's how I prep my hair before installing a protective style. Let me know in the comments what your routine looks like, and don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified anytime I post a new video. And with that, we've come to the end of today's video, and I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye guys.